Hey, what's up, guys? This is the first video of this series, Real Scary Stories from Real People. This is chapter 1, The Footsteps and the Shadows. I'm Everardo Reveles, and this is my story. Alright, so basically, I started noticing some weird stuff around 10 years ago when I was like 13 or 14. Um, I first noticed some footsteps. Like, I was sleeping over here in the living room, and I remember this day in particular. I had gone to my cousin's birthday party, and I was hanging out with him the whole day. We were just running errands, and well, I got home around like 11 or 12. I remember the last time I had seen my phone, it was like around 12 o'clock, and the next day, my my dad had mentioned to me, he was like, "Why are you awake at 3 in the morning?" He's like, "I heard you walking around the living room. Why are you awake?" And as I remember, I had gone to sleep like around 12, no later than 1. But he said I was walking around at 3 in the morning, which I wasn't, because I specifically remember being extremely tired from just running errands. And yeah, that was the first time that I was kind of baffled. I was like, well, I wasn't walking around. Um, the next one was my cousin. He had came from out of country. He was visiting us, and it was my grandma's birthday party. So me and my two cousins have slept over because they live kind of far away. So they stayed over here with me in the living room because there was no more room in the other rooms. And um, in the morning it was just me and my two other cousins, Angel and Milan. And my cousin Milan woke up first, and he had told us that he heard footsteps while we were both asleep, but when he checked the house, that there was no one there. Yeah, that was a little strange, but I kind of already knew some weird stuff just happens here. Another one is that a lot of things tend to fall or move around in this house. Like, I'll give you an example. Uh, there's this one time, my little cousin was sleeping over because I have a little brother. He's like about like 10, or he's 10. No, wait, he's 11. Okay, my little brother's 11, and my cousin, he was sleeping over. He's like a year or two older, and they like to stay up all night and play Fortnite or Call of Duty, or I don't know what kids play nowadays. But I was sleeping in the living room, and my brother and my cousin were sleeping here in this room. And well, basically my little cousin had told me that he saw and heard the doorknob move right here from the restroom, because we have a restroom right here in our room. Look, check it out, that door right there. He said that he saw the doorknob move, which I thought was weird. I just told him, I was like, yeah, well, I mean, I don't know, it's probably nothing, trying to convince him to, to not get scared. But yeah, well, another time I had actually woke up. It was like I woke up randomly at 3 in the morning. I don't even know why. And I was like, I looked at my phone because I sleep with my phone next to me. And I looked at it and I was like, 3 in the morning. I was like, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna go back to sleep. And as I was trying to fall back to sleep, like a minute or two after waking up, I heard this door move over here. Look, that door, which is basically that's a closet door. Um, the thing about that is that it's actually kind of hard to move because of the fact that there's carpet, so you kind of have to drag it. And I know I only saw it move, but I heard it move too, and it's kind of hard due to the fact that there's carpet. But a lot of things just tend to move or fall. An example of things falling in this house is that usually, like, not only do I see, but I also hear stuff fall. A couple examples. um, One time I was with my little brother and my sister, and we were in the kitchen, and we I think we just came back from McDonald's or something. We got some food, like we went drive through, and we were eating in the kitchen. And as we were just talking while eating, there's a box of chocolates that just flew out of the cabinet, and it just landed onto the kitchen floor. We were just kind of quiet for a few seconds. And I just picked it up and pretended like nothing happened. But my sister, she was making a big deal, like, oh my god, a ghost, a ghost. I was like, calm down, dude, you know, just try to keep our composures, you know. Uh, but there's a lot of stuff. A few more examples. Um, I was gonna go feed the dogs over here into my mom's room, and basically, as I was walking through, one of the hampers for where you put the dirty clothes just fell in front of me. But I just tend to brush stuff off like that. Another one, like, I usually tend to leave the door open right here. Well, I'll show you guys in a bit. I tend to leave the door open, so just I could get good circulation for air, and I just hear stuff fall like water bottles or like cookies. This one time I went and there was I just heard a gas, and then I went, there was just cookies that had just fallen all over the floor. Uh, I seen what are those things called? Tupperware. Thing of Tupperware. It was closed and just popped open in front of me. I seen a bottle cap that was I was in the kitchen, and a bottle cap just flipped upside down, which is weird. But I'll talk about that in another story on the next story, which is the voices. It has to do with more. But yeah, the bottle cap flipped. Just stuff just falls randomly, and I have to go and pick it up, and either there's ghosts or my family's just really clumsy and we don't know how to put stuff away. I don't know. I'm just saying, you know. Okay, another one. Okay, so there's another one where someone or something actually threw a screw at me, like, you know, like something like you nail, like something towards the wall, but a screw, like something you screw in. So I can't remember how long ago it was, but basically, I was walking through this door right here from my room into the living room. I'll point it right here. Look, check it out. So I was walking through that door right here, and I was gonna go into the kitchen. It's like by the kitchen and the living room. I was walking. So I was walking through there, and I would take it. I was alone, right? So as I was walking through there, I feel something hit my arm right here, and I see something fall down, and I was like, "What was that?" And then basically it was a screw. It was like a screw about yay big, and it rolled under the couch, and I was like, "What the heck? Where did the screw fall from?" I didn't, you know, there's nothing that it could have fallen from the roof, and I was just kind of baffled because I was like, what the heck? Like, not only did I feel the screw hit my arm, my forearm, and roll into the couch, I also heard it fall onto the ceramic floor, or I don't know what kind of floor, like wood or something. And when I tried to look for the screw under the couch, I couldn't find it. So I got scared and I just kind of put it off. I was like, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna tell my dad. So when my dad came, I was like, hey dad, something threw a screw at me. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, I was walking through the kitchen. I was gonna go get something to eat to the kitchen, and I felt something throw a screw at me onto my arm, and he rolled under the couch. He's like, well, you're tripping. He's like, if something threw a screw at you, where is it? And I was like, all right, here, let me borrow your flashlight. So he lets me borrow his flashlight from work, and I'm over here looking under the sofa for the screw, and I can't find it. Like, there's no screw, there's no sign of anything. It's just there's nothing there. I don't know. It was weird. Another one. Okay, this one time, my sister had came home from work, and she parks her car in the backyard, like a garage where they store the cars. So she puts her car in the back, and then as she's walking from the back to the front, like I opened the door for her, like the side door, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And she's like, "What the heck?" And I was like, "What's wrong, dude?" And she's like, "Both dogs are right here on the side of the door by the kitchen." And I was like, "Yeah, that's where they hang out." And then she's like, "No, but I just seen a shadow I seen a shadow like walk or run across the backyard." And I was like, are you sure it was in a car? And she's like, no, because cars don't pass through the back. It's impossible that you can't see the shadow from the back. Well, I don't know. She was basically saying that she saw a shadow run from the backyard, like from I don't know where she saw the shadow, but she saw something run. But she thought it was a dog. But when she got over here to the door where I opened it, that both dogs were there. So she was saying that it was impossible for the shadow to be the dog. Um, like she was so scared that she told my dad, and my dad actually had to go to the back to make sure it wasn't an actual person lurking in our backyard because we didn't want to get robbed or anything. So uh, my dad went out to make sure, like there was nothing fishy going on, but he didn't find anything, and the dogs were still over here on the side door. The last two stories I want to share with you guys is the electronics turning on. We have a old boombox over here in the kitchen that we tend to plug in whenever we're cooking or whenever we're just cleaning the kitchen. So before I had this room where I currently sleep in. This was a few years ago. Uh, my parents slept here, and I slept in the living room. And I would go to sleep kind of late. So this one time I was just awake, and I'm just on my phone watching TV, just doing regular teenage stuff. I don't know what I was like on Facebook or something. And then all of a sudden I hear this loud noise, a loud static. It was like, and I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, what? Uh, it's like fucking. It was like 1 in the morning, and I hear loud static, and I can only assume it's the radio, because like, what else is gonna make that noise? So um, it's like I can't remember what time it was. It was like 12 or 1, and basically my mom's asleep, my dad's asleep, my little brother's asleep, my sister's in the room. I think she's asleep, and I'm in the living room, and the kitchen is right, right next door. It's like right there, and the loud noise is coming from the kitchen. It's just static. So it was the radio. Like I turn the light on, and I see that the radio is turned on, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, just turned on by itself. Loud static noise. So I have to go over there, and I'm trying to turn it off, but the switch is already on the off switch. So I flip the switch on to the on, and back off, and it still won't turn on. So I have to unplug it because it just won't turn off with the switch, and I'm just kind of like scared and baffled as to how or what it could have turned it on. So I turned it off real quick and just kind of went back over here, and I texted I forgot, I think it was my friend Lola. I was like, dude, I was over here scared. But another one recently that happened was I was coming home from playing pool, like billiards, with my friends, and then I actually had came home late this night. It was like 11 or 12, because we left like right before it closed. It was like 11 or 12, and as I'm coming home, um, like my little brother has a PlayStation. Check it out. That's that PlayStation right there. But the PlayStation is connected to the TV. And the thing about that is when you turn when you turn the PlayStation on, the TV also turns on. I don't know how that works. It's like I just push the button on the controller, and the TV also turns on, which is kind of cool, I guess. But this day in particular, I was actually I had came back from playing pool, and as I'm opening the door, I hear the PlayStation and the TV turn on like super loud. And I'm like, what the heck? I was like, what is my little brother still doing? It's like 12 o'clock at night. Why is he still playing? So I run over here, and I'm like, dude, I'm like, why are you playing? But he's over here, he's snoring. Like, I hear him snoring, and the TV is super loud. So I'm like, and the PlayStation 4 makes this noise when you barely turn it on, that lets you know that you barely turned it on. It goes like, I don't know. I can't duplicate the noise, but you get my point. It's like, so basically the TV and the PlayStation had just turned on as I walked into the door, and it just turned on by itself. So I don't know. That was kind of strange. Um, so yeah, that's basically it for chapter one, the footsteps and the shadows. The next chapter is chapter two, the the voices. All right, for sure. So yeah, please, if you like that, if you like this chapter, you should watch the second one. The second one might be a little bit more entertaining. Um, yeah, I hope you guys like it. Thank you for your time.